My name is Michael Wood from the Chihuahua Speech and Debate Team, and this is my prose script. Then came the witch's voice, cooing softly. What is this sun that you all speak of? Do you mean anything by the word? Can you tell me what it's like? See that lamp, said the prince, very coldly and politely. It is round and yellow, and giveth light to the whole room, and hangeth moreover from the roof. That thing which we call the sun is like the lamp, only far greater and brighter. It giveth light to the whole overworld, and hangeth from the sky. Hangeth from what? When you tell me, you try to think out clearly what the sun must be, but you cannot. You can only tell me that it is like the lamp. Your sun is a dream, copied from the lamp. The lamp is the real thing. The sun is but a tale, a children's story. Yes, I see now, said Jill in a heavy, hopeless tone. While she said this, it seemed to be of very good sense to her. And slowly and gravely the witch repeated, There is no sun. They said nothing. After a pause and after a struggle with their minds, all four of them said together, You're right. There is no sun. It was such relief to give in and say it. Eustace Scrubb, Jill Pole, and Puddleglum, a mythical marshwiggle, have journeyed on a quest through the Underland to find and free Prince Rillian from the clutches and enchantments of the Witch Queen of the Underland. This is The Silver Chair by C.S. Lewis. The prince and the two children were standing with their heads hung down, their cheeks flushed, and their eyes half closed. The enchantment almost complete, but Puddleglum, desperately gathering all of his strength, walked over to the fire and did a very brave thing. With his bare foot, he stamped on the fire, grinding a large part of it into the ashes in the flat hearth, and three things happened at once. First, the sweet, heavy smell grew much less. A good bit of the fire had been put out, and what remained smelled very largely of burnt marshwiggle, which is not an enchanting smell. This instantly made everyone's brain far clearer. The prince and the children held up their heads again and opened their eyes. Secondly, the witch, in a loud, terrible voice, utterly different from all the sweet tones she had been using up until now, called out, What are you doing? Dare touch my fire again, my filth, and I'll turn the blood and fire inside of your veins. Thirdly, the pain itself made Puddleglum's head for a moment perfectly clear, and he knew exactly what he really thought. There's nothing like a good shock of pain for dissolving certain kinds of magic. Suppose we have only dreamed all those things. Trees and grass and sun and moon and stars. All I can say is in that case the made-up things seem a good deal more important than the real ones. I'm going to live as a Narinian as I can, even if there is no Narinia. So, if these two gentlemen and this young lady are ready, we're leaving at once and setting out in the dark to spend our lives looking for Overland. Not that our lives will be very long, but that is a small price to pay if the world is as a dull place as you say. Oh, hurrah! Good old Puddleglum! Said Scrub and Jill, but the prince shouted suddenly, Where? Look! To the witch! And when they did, their hair stood nearly on end. Her arms appeared fastened to her sides, her legs were intertwined with each other, and her feet had disappeared. The long green train of her skirt thickened and grew solid, all one piece with the writhing green pair of her interlocked legs. Before there was time to do anything, the change was complete, and that great serpent which the witch had become flung coils of its loathsome body around the prince's legs. The prince caught the creature's neck with his left hand, trying to squeeze it till it choked, and with his right hand he drew back his sword. Scrub and Puddleglum had to have drawn their weapons and rushed to his aid, and all three blows fell at once. But even this did not kill it. With repeated blows, they were finally able to hack off its head. Thank you for listening.